Hello, this is Beth, and I'm from the Sterling Public Library, and I'm here to talk to you about a couple of books that we have in the young adult department. The first one is a new one I want to talk to you about. It's called The Left-Handed Booksellers of London, and it's by Garth. This one came out in September. Garth is one of my favorite authors. Pretty much will read anything by him. This is a fantasy set in an alternate 1983 London. It's alternate because in this setting, the old world, the fairies, the river gods, the tree gods, and demons and things sometimes intrude into the new world. And the booksellers of London are in charge of keeping them apart. The booksellers are magical people that can do that. There are two different kinds of booksellers. There's the left-handed booksellers, who are the fighters, warriors, and the right-handed booksellers, who are the spellcasters. Well, I'm going to read you the first line. A slight young man with long fair hair, wearing a pre-owned mustard-colored three-piece suit with widely flared trousers and faux alligator hide boots with 2-inch Cuban heels, stood over the much older man on the leather couch. So the main character of this book is Susan, and she is about 18, and she is from the country in England, and she's coming to London to go to art school. And also to find her father. She doesn't really know her father. Her mother's talked a little bit about her father, but she's kind of vague when she talks about her. Susan has a couple of clues, and so she's coming to London to find some things out. Well, she meets Merlin, who's the guy I just described, who is a left-handed bookseller, and his sister Vivian, who is a right-handed bookseller. And Merlin and Vivian are also investigating the death of their mother, who had died several years previously, but they think something was covered up. And it turns out that their mother and Susan's father may have been connected somehow. So they kind of team up together and shenanigans ensue. So there's a lot of action in this book and a lot of witty dialogue. The plot was interesting, the world was really interesting, and everything moved very quickly, and the characters were good. I really liked it. The book comes to a nice conclusion, but I think he's left the door open that if he feels like he wants to, he could definitely write a sequel. I would read it. All right, the other book I want to talk about came out actually last year in 2019. It's this one, When the Ground is Hard by Malla Nunn. This is a historical fiction, and it takes place in 1965 in Swaziland, when apartheid was in play. I will read you the first line. It's Thursday night, so we walk down Livelong Street to the public telephone booth at the intersection of 3 footpaths called Left Path, Right Path, and Center Path. So the main character in this book is Adele, and she's a teen girl. She's a mixed race teen. Her mother is black and single, and her father is white and married to someone else. He does split his time between the two families, and he definitely supports Adele's family also. He is very wealthy, so he gives them lots of money. He supports them completely. They have one of the nicest houses in their town, and Adele has plenty of money to attend this private Christian school that she goes to. All her fees are paid. So the story begins when she's going back after her Christmas break, and she's normally one of the top girls because she has lots of money. And when she gets to school, she finds out there's a new girl who's also very wealthy, but whose parents are married, so maybe her status is a little higher. So basically, Adele finds that she gets kicked out of her spot. So instead of the normal room she stays in, she's forced to room with this girl named Lottie Diamond. Now, Lottie is the kind of girl that Adele would have been sort of looked down on before because she was poor. She didn't have, she had maybe two outfits, no extra money to buy anything, and lived in a hut or something. And so Adele is forced to room with her, and she's got all these preconceived notions about what kind of a person Lottie is. But through the course of the book, they obviously get to know each other. Adele really, really learns a lot. Her views it's really interesting to watch how her views change about things. She learns a lot about the society they live in, about the people around them. She even learned some things about her own mother that she didn't know. But it's a really good book. I wasn't sure if I would like it, but I ended up really liking it. It was really interesting. Obviously, you can imagine it deals a lot with prejudice and racism, but it also deals with, standing up for yourself and following your dreams when, other people expect different things from you. And as heavy as it sounds, it actually was pretty uplifting. So here's another good suggestion. Okay, you guys have a good week. Bye.